So, feather season is coming to a close. And that usually means it's time to go shoot clays. And you'll hear a lot of people say, well, it's time to put the game gun away and pick up the clays gun. And some people might say, what's the difference? Well, if we look at this absolutely stunning little Purdy side-by-side 20 bore with its straight hand stock, its splinter forend, its responsiveness and its lightness, makes it very easy to respond to the unpredictable presentation. It has what we call pointability, and that's what makes the perfect bird gun. Now, if you're going to shoot your clays this summer during the off season and treat it like it's bird hunting, then you still should use your game gun, and you should use the methodology that would use for bird hunting, and you'd stay away from those particular stations that are unrealistic to a bird in the wild presentation. But if you are competitive in nature, which I'm sure you are, we may want to use a gun that's more specifically designed for clays. This is a Resini BR440 sporting clays gun. Extended choke tubes, 32-inch barrels, heavy, heavy stock with a full pistol grip. No question, it does not respond quick and it doesn't have the same pointability. But we don't need that in the game of clays because we play clays with a plan. We create a plan and we apply it. And what we want is a stock configuration that gives us control over the gun and more importantly gives us less recoil. We give us more recoil reduction, felt recoil reduction. And a full pistol grip means your wrist is straight behind the hand so it absorbs the pounding. We want a gun that itself can withstand the pounding. So we have a gun here that has a detachable trigger group. Detachable trigger group, yes, obviously it's easy to maintain, but more importantly, it's a type of trigger group that doesn't get beat up by recoil because it's literally floating in the action. So the recoil goes around it and doesn't beat it up and we don't get failures, trigger failures. Okay? We also want as much bearing as possible. For shot after shot after shot, we want more surface bearing area so the gun absorbs it that much better. This gun has all the fantastic attributes of some of the biggest sporting guns out there, Perazzi, Beretta, what have you, at an extremely reasonable price. This is an outstanding little clays gun, one that will make it much more fun when you're shooting hundreds and hundreds of times. The longer barrels, because we don't necessarily respond to the unpredictable presentation, we minimize our movement and we move as little as possible and as efficiently as possible. So if we don't have muzzle speed, we need longer barrels to give it a more realistic lead perception. And that's basically the difference between a game gun and a sporting clays gun.